Good evening and welcome to the evening news. I am Kayode Adebayo. President Muhammadu Buhari has sought the backing of the All Progressives Congress governors in picking his successor. He spoke at a consultative meeting with Progressive Governors Forum at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Also at the meeting was the APC National Chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu. Information revealed that the party will be holding its convention in a few days, during which primaries will take place to pick the presidential flag bearer for the 2023 general elections. The president said all aspirants and stakeholders will be carried along to douse tension ahead of the convention. President Buhari also assures that the consultation process will continue to ensure that all aspirants and stakeholders will be brought on board right through to the convention. Governor Adegboyega Oyetola will tomorrow morning present bond certificate to retired primary school teachers, local government workers, retired secondary school teachers, civil servants of the ministries, departments, and agencies, and retirees from the tertiary institutions in the state. This is contained in a statement by the head of service, Dr. Olugboyega Oyebade. The statement added that at the same occasion, the governor will present to the state executive members of Nigerian Union of Teachers the approved circular for the implementation of 40 years of service to all primary school teachers in the state. Venue of the two-in-one program is the Local Government Service Commission. Governor Oyetola assures all workers of more juicy welfare packages now and in the future. Osun State government has confirmed the health status of the correspondent of the Nation newspaper, Toba Adedeji, who was shot on the thigh yesterday by an overzealous armed policeman. The government also confirmed the discharge of the victim, who was rushed to the hospital after the incident that occurred at the popular Olaya Junction, Osogbo, the state capital. Recall that Governor Adegboyega Oyetola had, in the statement signed by his chief press secretary, Ismail Omipidan, condemned in strongest terms the shooting of the innocent citizen by some trigger-happy police officers. Fielding questions from journalists, today Special Advisor to the Governor on Security Matters, Mrs. Abiodun Ige, enjoined the security agencies to always discharge their constitutional responsibilities with human face and eye sense of professionalism, noting that the state under the watch of Governor Oyetola will not in any way condone any act of lawlessness from anyone regardless of position or status. She also disclosed that the state government had instituted a fact-finding team to investigate the incident in order to mete out adequate punishment on whoever is found culpable. Senator Rochas Okorocha, one of the presidential aspirants of the All Progressives Congress, has appeared before the party's 7-man 2023 presidential screening committee. Report has said that Okorocha had been under the custody of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission over an alleged 2.9 billion naira fraud case. He was, however, granted bail by a federal high court in Abuja and was to pay 500 million naira for his bail, with one surety in like sum. The possibility of Okorocha appearing before the Odigi Oyegun-led Presidential Screening Committee for screening had been a topic of political discourse following his ordeal in the hands of the EFCC. Trial Justice Inyang Eko granted the former Imo governor bail after dismissing a counter affidavit the EFCC filed against him. The EFCC had, through its lawyer, Mr. Bola Alatona, urged the court to allow Okorocha remain in custody, alleging that he posed a flight risk. The prosecution alleged that Okorocha not only breached the administrative bail it earlier granted him, but equally made himself inaccessible, a situation that led to his forceful arrest last month. The leading Pan-African real estate company, Adron Homes and Properties, is set to distribute 10 million naira worth of fuel to 3,500 Nigerians in commemoration of its 10 years anniversary. The company's Director General of Sales and Marketing, Mrs. Folashade Olorutoba, stated this while speaking at the company's head office in Lagos. According to her, this is part of activities to commemorate its 10 years anniversary in real estate development business. The DG Sales and Marketing added that the company will be targeting several filling stations across 8 states, including Lagos, Ogun, Oyo, Osun, Abuja, Nasarawa, Niger, and Ekiti State. It will be recorded that the real estate company clocked 10 years in real estate business and has so far bridged the gap of affordable housing among the Nigerian citizens. Philanthropy does not connote lavish spending but giving as little as one can to the needy, ranging from individuals to groups and associations. The Chief Executive Officer of Panacea Woodcraft, Ms. Sarah Ajayi, stated this while presenting some office items to the Radio, Television, and Theatre Art Workers Union of Nigeria, OSBC branch. She indicated her readiness to continue to partner with Ratau OSBC in order to move the union forward. Responding, Chairman of Ratau OSBC branch, Comrade Temitayo Fagbon, appreciated Ms. Sarah Ajayi for the gesture. He maintained that the items donated by her will assist the union in no small measure in meeting its obligations. The items donated to OSBC Ratau include conference and office tables. The federal government has banned sale and consumption of bushmeat. Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. Mohammed Abubakar, urged hunters and dealers of bushmeat to stop the business so as to prevent spread of monkeypox pathogen organisms causing disease to its host. Abubakar, in a statement, asked Nigerians to avoid contact with persons suspected to be infected with monkeypox. The minister urged veterinary epidemiology officers, field surveillance agents, and veterinarians to step up surveillance to pick any possible case of monkeypox in animals. And on sport, Sao Tome and Principe have been reinstated to the 2023 African Nations Cup of Nations qualifiers to replace Mauritius a day before the group phase of the campaign begins. The Confederation of African Football's appeal board has overturned the ruling by its own disciplinary board that Sao Tome had fielded an ineligible player during their preliminary round tie. With the group stage of the qualifiers due to begin today, CAF has announced Sao Tome's appeal has been upheld and the decision of the CAF disciplinary board is set aside in its entirety. It means Sao Tome will join Group A of the 2023 Nations Cup qualifiers alongside Nigeria, Guinea-Bissau, and Sierra Leone. Mauritius had been due to face Guinea-Bissau next week Thursday. Instead, arrangement will now be made for Sao Tome to play instead. The game is set to take place in the Moroccan city of Agadir, as Guinea-Bissau is one of several African nations that does not have a stadium approved by CAF to host international matches. And on the foreign scene, the largest referral hospital in Ethiopia's Tigray region has suspended its regular operations due to lack of medicines and power outages. Medical Director Dr. Kibron Kibrelesi said the Ida Referral Hospital had reached a point where it could not provide services after 18 months of war in the northern region. He said the lack of medicine and medical supplies as well as lack of fuel had prompted the suspension. Reports say doctors in the hospital had been working without pay for more than a year and could not support themselves or their families. Since Tigray forces took control of the region last June, it has been under an undeclared curfew. According to the United Nations, with many people in need of medical treatment dying due to lack of medicine. And that ends the evening news on OSBC TV. Please join us at 7 for the major reports. Good evening.
Open defecation can cause severe infections. Stop it.